I know you've been waiting for this one. Books and Chocolates 2024. If you're a long-term viewer, you will have seen this video once a year for, I think this might be the 5th or 6th year that we've done it. The premise is this: you don't know what to get someone for Christmas, but you want to get them something that looks stylish and thoughtful and put together. You don't want to spend a ton of money. It's got to be convenient to buy. It's got to be easy to wrap and post. I have got you covered. You take a brilliant book with a great cover and you pair it with, depending on your budget, and I have chocolates and books for all budgets, some lovely chocolate. When you put it together, it makes this beautifully curated gift that just feels really special and really stylish. I do this every year because the books obviously change every year. I know a lot of you just watch this for book recommendations even, which is absolutely fine, or maybe it's for chocolate recommendations. I don't know. I don't want to pry. But I also put them together and give you ready-made combos that look really, really good so that you can just sort of buy them off the cuff with no effort, but it looks like you've made loads of effort. Simply wrapped in brown paper with some nice candy cane coloured string or just some red string. Doesn't have to be red and white striped, don't know where that came from. Does look good though. And that's it. That's all you need to do. So without further ado, let's look at the chocolates first. And again this year, I mean, obviously we've got the Charbonnel and Walker chocolates, the truffles. They always look really good with pretty much anything. They're about £15, so this is the top end of the chocolate spend. But if you're looking to get someone a really indulgent gift, and something that they'll, you know, just really appreciate, I think. You can keep a book forever. These get eaten, but there's nothing that feels wasteful, nothing that's going to landfill. The book you can pass on when you've read it. I don't know, it just feels really nice to me. So that's at the top end. As usual, I have a selection of the Tony Chocolonely because they do loads and loads of different colours, flavours, but different colours of the wrappers. If you are really stuck with putting something together, then they're very graphic. Look, so they look good with a modern typed cover. Brilliant book. If you were really stuck, you can get Tony Chocolonely anywhere, and it kind of goes with a graphic cover. And because you can get this in loads of different wrapper colours, you can sort of coordinate it. So Tony's Chocolonely, I think, is always a really good one. It's also a really thick slab of chocolate. However, we've got a new entry this year. We've got Waitrose #1 chocolate. And again, they do this in loads of different flavours, but they all look like this with a colour block at the bottom. Can you see that? They're really cheap. These were about £2 each because they had an offer on. But I think that they look really slick. I know that lots of you have been thinking, God, who has got enough time on their hands to be thinking about that? But if you want to put together something that looks really nice and looks really thoughtful, then that's the kind of thing you'd think about. And also, just FYI, I've done the thinking for you so that you don't need to do it. I'll link to the post that has all of the different combos in, but you can see them all popping up on the screen as well, and I'm going to list them all below in the description for you. But just as a little extra sort of example of the Waitrose chocolate, just goes really well with loads of different things. So yeah, lots and lots of different versions of that. Something new I found this year from a shop called Delli, D-E-L-L-I. They had loads of different artisan or niche sort of independent chocolate maker places. I thought this was really, really cool packaging, this one. And goes very, very well, but only if you get the joke because you've read the book. But I suppose if you were reading the book, you would get the joke halfway through when you looked at the chocolate. I've only gone and paired it with my own book. Imagine this, last year when I was doing this video, I was thinking, oh my God, how mad will it be next year? Because I knew, obviously, that this is happening. I just couldn't talk about it. How mad will it be to have my own book in my Books and Chocs 2024? And here it is. If you've been hiding under a rock and you have no clue that I have a book out, hello, instant Sunday Times bestseller, How Not to Be a Supermodel. If you haven't already got this, what are you waiting for now? It's Christmas, so either treat yourself or treat somebody else. It's out in the States as well, FYI, for those of you who were waiting. The reviews have been amazing, amazing. It's also out in audiobook if you prefer to listen to your book and not read it. Wasn't going to turn this into a huge how not to be a supermodel thing, but people's feedback is so amazing and they're enjoying it so much. Everyone says it makes them laugh out loud. Everyone says they love to read the writing. It's just like reading fiction. It's a real page turner. So I know that you won't regret this book. Even if you're not a big reader, maybe you read a book every few years, make it this one. Anyway, that's the combo that I put together for that one. However, keeping with the chocolate theme, I have something else. So I've been following this brand for quite a long time. It turns out they're local to me. They're based in a tiny village in Somerset and they're called Choc on Choc. Now I've first seen their chocolates, I think in Selfridges. They do a set of chocolate ice lollies and they're so realistic. They're so fun, everything's really cute. They make loads of different things out of chocolate, but it's all really cool. I went to visit them last week and I dressed as an Oompa Loompa. Don't know whether you saw this video online. I'll pop a little bit up for you now and I'll link to it so you can go and enjoy yourself watching that. But when I was going around the factory, I saw this hairdressing kit and I thought actually there were loads of different things that would have gone really well with this book. But look at that for a pairing. All of the hairdressing stuff and how not to be a supermodel. If you're looking for something really special to go with a book and it's a book that's got a very strong theme, you will absolutely 100% find something on their website. They're brilliant. I think I put this brand in last year, didn't I? Really nice graphic packaging and the chocolate is amazing. As you know, I like rose and violet creams, which this isn't. It's just solid chocolate, but I have tasted it. It's very violet-y. It's not going to be for everybody, but it's really, really my cup of tea. But anyway, these go with loads of different covers. So, for example, we could pick out the colours in Blue Sisters. Really enjoyed this. Didn't think I was going to because I'd seen very mixed reviews about it. But I just think she writes so beautifully. Same with All Fours. Wasn't sure whether I was going to love it because I saw mixed reviews and it is completely mad. It's completely bonkers. But I feel as though what I did with it, which I wouldn't normally do, is I just left my judgment at the door, which I think it's a maturity thing. I'm finding easier and easier now. Just trying to leave judgment there until I've just seen something for what it is. And by just reading a book and just letting myself be immersed in it, I found it was really enjoyable. I mean, it still was just batshit crazy, but there were a lot of themes in this that I, in a strange parallel way, really identified with. So not the thing about turning a motel room into a 20 grand interior design haven, and not anything to do with a younger guy who cringe dances but you know, some of the themes are familiar themes if you're in your 40s or 50s or older, and it's all sort of about identity and sexual identity and motherhood, and I just thought it was really interesting. I'm not going to do a little mini review of every single book because I have done that in the blog post, which I'm going to link to below. So if you are interested in any of these books that are flashing up on the screen, then click the link and it will take you through and you can read about them at your leisure rather than me just sort of speaking to you about them. But massively enjoyed the Sally Rooney Intermezzo. This is my first Sally Rooney because I know this is going to be sacrilege, but I didn't massively enjoy, is it Normal People? It's Normal People, isn't it? It's Normal People. Maybe I'm not the right age group for it. I don't know. Just wasn't massively enamoured with it. It was fine, but wasn't, oh my God, this is amazing. So I wasn't sure what I was going to think about this. Loved it. It's really one of those books that just looks at characters and just a tiny minutiae of their life and every small thought and every small emotion. If you don't like that type of book, then obviously you won't like it. But I thought it was wonderful. I'm late for the school run. Okay, this was another little chocolate I bought from Delhi. Don't know what this is going to be like, but I liked it for the graphic packaging. But to be quite honest with you, I do think that the Tony Chocolonely, the Ocelot, the Waitrose, and then these, the Hip, these are vegan chocolate. So they're made, I think they're made with oat milk. Made with oat milk? Oh, I don't know. I'll look it up. They've got really good graphic packaging. that's really fun. You kind of don't really need to go around spending days and days sourcing the most niche chocolate that you can possibly find. There are loads out there, and there are loads that are quite readily available. So all linked below. All of the books are linked below. The blog post is linked below, so knock yourself out with that. I do have to apologise that there's nothing Christmassy in the background. Haven't finished decorating the tree. Cutting it really fine, to be honest, because there's a week to go. No one really seems that bothered, I have to say, in this household about getting it done, and I'm not either, because I've got a massive to-do list. So that's why there's just nothing festive in this video whatsoever. The theme and the content is all about giving. And all of these things you can get well within last delivery for Christmas orders. So if you're panicking about your presents, don't know what the hell to get people, this is your sign. All right, thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the new year.